Here's what sucks about a possession with intent to sell or deliver here in Florida is that you probably didn't see it coming, number one. Number two, it is 3 times as serious as the simple possession. So if you get a possession of cocaine, a possession of heroin, possession of oxycodone, whatever your flavor is, that is a maximum of 5 years in prison, right? But when the cop adds with intent to sell or deliver, folks, that is a 15-year max prison sentence. All of a sudden, they're labeling you as a drug dealer. Basically, possession with intent to sell is the cop saying, we caught you before you could actually sell the stuff, right? You are a drug dealer. We didn't catch you actually dealing. We caught you right before you did the deal. This is not very often. I say 90% of my possession with intent to sell or deliver cases are not really legit, and we get them knocked down. Now, why is that? Well, if you're going to convict somebody of possession with intent to sell or deliver, the courts are going to look at 3 main things: the packaging, the quantity of the drugs, and also the paraphernalia surrounding the drugs. So let's talk about these things, because the cops get like a knee-jerk reaction and think, wow, there's so many baggies. Oh, this must be intent to sell or deliver. And it's not. And there was a case called Alleyne v. State, and in Alleyne, he had 18 baggies of weed. It wasn't huge baggies of weed, but 18 baggies of weed. He had like $20 on him. They convicted him of possession with intent to sell or deliver, and the appellate court threw it out, said 18 baggies of weed that weren't very big baggies is not an intent to sell. That could just be a dude that likes to smoke a lot. And we all know people that like to smoke a lot. This is not shocking. They threw it out just because there were 18 baggies. That wasn't enough to prove it. Also, it's not just the packaging. That's what I'm talking about when I say 18 baggies. I'm talking about the packaging. It can also be the quantity, folks, because once again, if you don't have a large quantity, but you have packaging, that's still not necessarily an intent to sell or deliver. That could just be personal use. That could be the way that your dealer sold it to you. There was another case of Jackson v. State where Jackson, he had 6 baggies of Coke, but these 6 baggies weighed like not too many grams, and he had maybe $400 or $500 cash on him, and he was convicted of possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. And on appeal, the appellate court said 6 baggies, it wasn't that much Coke in each baggie, and he had a little bit of money. Hell no. This is just possession of cocaine. This is just the way Jackson happened to be buying cocaine from his dealer, was in these 6 little packages. He did not have enough to say he was a drug dealer intending to sell those 6 baggies. That was thrown out of court. They're looking at the interplay between the packaging and the quantity. And then I don't want to skip this very important part. We're talking paraphernalia. Drug paraphernalia is important to this charge, because if I am seeing a police report that says we found clean, empty baggies yet to be filled with drugs, we found a bunch of cash, we found a digital scale. When you start adding paraphernalia to the scene, now you're getting closer to possession with intent to sell. But if all you have is a scale, I got news for you. Some people don't trust their dealer. Why should they? And they have a scale just so they could double check the math, just to make sure they're not getting ripped off. So just because you have a scale and a couple baggies, that doesn't mean you're the seller and you have an intent to sell. That could just be, you don't trust these people. I don't blame you. And you're going to weigh this stuff before you buy it. So look, a lot goes into these charges, obviously. If you're charged with something like this in Central Florida, I don't know if you know this, but I've been defending these cases since 1993. That's, as of today, 31 years plus. So I would love to help you. Give our office a call. Let's see if we can help. Thanks for watching.